How's it going, guys? Carl here, Bunny's Garage. Yeah, haven't done a video for a while, so thought I'd better get off my ass and get one done. Beautiful day here in New Zealand today. Sunny as. We've had a few good days, but that's not why we're here. We're not here to talk about the weather. We are back on the Pontiac today. Alright. Yeah, get into that rust and get it gone. Alright, so see you shortly. Right, back again. We're going to get into this Pontiac today. Like I said, yeah, I haven't done any videos for a while. I got to the point where I didn't really see the point in doing them. You know, not many people watch them. But then I decided, what the hell. Alright, if no one watches them, no one watches them. I'll watch them. But yeah, been busy as. Got heaps of shit done. I think I did a video on... last video I did was on the Oldsmobile. All the interior's all done now. Seats are redone, carpet's done. I just got my kick panels back a couple of days ago. Alright, back seat's all done. I'll ruin it by putting a car seat in there. Just got the back parcel tray back with my kick panels the other day. It's all re and recovered. This thing's running pretty sweet at the moment. Had no major issues with it, a few teething problems, but seems to be all good, which is bloody good. What else have we been doing? I got bored one day and took a break from doing cars, built myself a little trailer. I don't know why, I don't need a trailer, I've got a truck. But the frame was sitting there. It used to be a camp trailer, so the frame used to come out to here on the outside of the wheels, so I've cut it all back, put it on the inside of the wheels, so it's like a proper trailer. Built all the sides, some little tie down freaking wahoo deckies on here. It's just sides and the deck are just old pellets that were here. Tuck some lights on it, wired all them up. Just need to put some guards on it, but yeah, lost interest in this now because it's, I'll probably never use it. I've got my truck sitting out there if I need to get anything. But that's not why we're here. We are here for the Pontiac. And here's the little apprentice. Say hi. Yeah, she's gone camera shy like I have. Haven't done any videos for too long. But yeah, we're going to get stuck in and get this rust done. I'm just going to whack a little plate in here, get rid of the aerial hole. It's not really rusty there, but it's pitted. And there, just bottom of this guard's got a bit of a hole. Driver's passenger door, just a few little scaly bits. Back door's the worst. It's got quite a big decent bit there, right across that seam there. And then just I'll get it to tidy up that back guard a bit, which ain't too bad. Done all the rest of it. So yeah, we get into that today and get it tidied up a bit, I hope. But yeah, haven't talked on camera for ages, feel a bit uncomfortable again. So yeah, anyway, we'll get into this. Might just chuck a patch in there. I'm not going to do it how you're meant to do it. You know, this is not a how to do body repairs. This is a how would you put it? It's a how to not to. You like that one? How to not to. Alright, this is just a quick slap up because this thing is pretty much, seen better days. It's pretty much fucked. Alright. I don't even know why I'm bothering with it, but I just like the look of it. I like the old wagons, cool. So it's just going to be a cruiser. But so yeah, don't be shocked on any of these repairs. I'm just going to grind that back, cut out a little patch to go on there, and I'm going to push it up from underneath. You open the door, you can get in there. I'll just hold it up underneath, just put a couple of tacks around there, and then chuck some old chuck some filler over it, and same with this shit. I'm just gonna put some what we call new tech. I don't know what you call it, wherever you are. Just gonna new tech all that shit. Probably chuck a patch on that one. It's a bit big. Yeah, maybe that one. Alright, so we're just gonna rough it up and get it done. So enough jibber jabber, get into it. Alright, grab some shit, see you shortly. Alright, there we go. Just gonna do something. That's what I was gonna do. Just got my old safety goggles on. Just give this clean up with a bit of a buffer wheel. Alright, that's that done. Bit of rust there too. It's just getting tapped down because, you know, we'll just give that a fill. Alright, so we've just got a little bit of panel steel here. Professionally measure it up. There we go. Bang on, right there. We want to out there. Alright, let's give it a bit of a flatten out. Alright, some gloves so I don't burn my fingers off. Let's give those easy. Take all that crap off that they put on there. Alright. So like that. Give it some shape. Open the door. Just like that. Alright. Here's the meat, turn it on. Right, out of the garage please. Up your eyes, go. That's right. There you go. Alright. Hold this up under there. Like that. And it got hot real quick, which I knew it would. So I would have got a tick in there just to hold it enough, but no. Alright. Problem when you're trying to weld to rusty steel, just blows holes and shit. Yeah, so again. Alright, now that's sitting out there. Try and poke it up a bit higher. Alright, so another quick take on there, and that's good enough for me. Sweet, done. Alright, like I said, this is how not to do your shit. Alright, it's not actually sitting up there flush, but hey, I don't care, why should you? grab some of this stuff. Just it's actually, I hate using this stuff, it's not that good. Glass fibre filler. Usually use different kind of stuff. This is all they had when I went there. Find some hardener. Chuck a little bit of hardener in there. I always put quite a bit in, which isn't always the best, but instead of standing here all day waiting for it to dry. Just bloody needle. This stuff's quite slimy, which makes it kind of hard to use. Stuff I usually use is stuff called Newtek. It's not quite so slimy. This is like oily feeling. You try and like put it on and pull it, and it just sort of takes the whole lot and slides. Alright. It's mixed up good enough for me. Alright, just slap it on there. That plate's not actually flush against the guard. It's a bit of a gap because of the inner structure of the guard. But good enough. Alright, so just put it on just enough to fill it. Leave it a bit proud. Might as well do these bits. Can you see down here? Probably not. Yeah, don't want to miss this exciting stuff. Where are you? There you go. Oh well, you're not missing much here. Alright, that'll do. Just going to chuck some on these bits here, just on this door. Alright, and just remember, this is not how to, this is how not to. Well, depends on what you're doing. Yeah, with this thing, it's pretty far gone, eh? Chuck a bit on that guard. Like I said, it's never ever going to be someone's pride and joy. It is way too far gone. But for what I brought it for, my intentions of it, there's nothing wrong with it, you know. We'll just hide this rust. If it looks good for a year, which it should do, then hey, job done. I just want to dry it, have a bit of fun, give it a different look, you know. Everyone can, eh? Everyone can spend thousands, well not everyone can, A lot of people, they go and spend thousands of dollars on buying a car and you know, thinking it has to be perfect to get into the car scene. You don't. Not at all. You can buy the biggest heap of shit, do whatever the hell you want to it, and enjoy it. No one said, hey, it's got to be an expensive hot rod. And at the end of the day, you get a lot more looks than something out there looking. So a little bit down here. Not really holes, but it's pitted from rust. Alright, so that is that. Got a little bit left, so I might as well just chuck it in here. Alright. So get you out of your confinements. Alright, like I said, don't do this if you want a good job, but hey, here we go. It's the fibre filler on there, on those parts. Yep, I've filled the door closed. That'll sand out. Just a bit on there, bit on there, bottom of that guard. Alright, rough as, but once that dries off, sand that. I'll chuck a bit of normal filler on the top, give it a sand back, prime it, and it's good enough. You know, you don't have to spend a shitload of money on anything. Like, pretty much the same thing I've done over this side. There's a bit of a spot putty on there from ear pockets in the bog filler. But see, look, apart from the bird shit everywhere. But that's all I've done on this. Same thing everywhere, and it is good enough for what I want for this thing. It's gonna serve its purpose. Alright, let's just quick tidy up. And yeah, like I said, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on things, you can do it yourself. But tin of filler, better put the lid back on. Yeah, tin of filler, some sandpaper. Yeah, you'd spend what, $100, a couple $100, and do it all yourself at home. It's not going to be flash, but hey, give it a go. Anyway, we'll let that dry off and come back shortly. Alright, back again. Just been made daughter some lunch while this was hardening up. Now, should really sand it, but I can't really be bothered. I'm just going to hit it with a flapper wheel, just take the top off it. I've done a bit here. You just get it back sort of flush with the guard. I'm putting filler over it anyway. All you really want to do is just fill those rust holes up. So we'll hit it with this and see what happens. Alright, so, rough, yes. Alright, bit dusty. Alright, so I've just taken that back. See, as you can see there, I've taken it right back to pretty much where I'd banged it in. Alright, it's a bit high there actually, the steel. So I might just tap that in before I put filler on it. And then when you fill it, fill right down here and get rid of all this. And I've taken most of that fiberglass off, but you can't really see it on camera. It stayed in, sort of in the pits, right? I've left this a little bit high. Same down here, I've taken it all back. Just so you can still feel a little bit of a ridge. Because what I'll do now is there's a dent down here. Somewhere there, a dent there, there's a dent there. And a little bit funny there. Alright, so what I'll do with this is I'll fill from that line, from the body line, right down this whole panel, and then sand it like that. That'll take care of that. This, that filler's sort of just filled in the little pitted bits, so I'll just leave that like that. Just give it a good sand with some sandpaper and high fill primer. They'll take care of the rest. This I've left a bit what do you call it, a bit proud. Right, I'll just hit that with some sandpaper, feather back the paint, and then put some high fill primer on there. And that'll be good enough. This you're not really going to see, right? If there's a little bit ripply down here, you're not really going to see. It's under a body line. Like the body line comes quite a way out, and then quite a way in. So when the car's down on the ground, once it's, it's going to be low. You're not really going to notice this a hell of a lot, because you'll be looking from this point. You'll be looking down like that, so you can't really see because it rolls back in. All right, same as from this angle. You're not really going to see much of it. You will see this because it's on a high spot. You're looking straight down on it. Same with that. Same with this. When it's on the ground, that's going to be, where you're looking. So that needs to be pretty good. It needs to be pretty good, so if you look down the side of the car, you'll see some ugly shit there. So yeah, pretty much from here up needs to be pretty good. From here down, this has to be average, you know. Unless you're real fussy and this is a nice car that you're trying to make better. This I'm just trying to make it look, you know, average. Alright, so you don't need to watch this. I'll just hit that with some sandpaper, clean that up. I'll feather these edges back a bit before I fill it. Maybe, nah, I won't actually. And yeah, and then we'll chuck some filler in there and see what happens there. Alright, so I'll sand them up and be back. Alright, back in, just mix up some bog, bondo, filler, whatever the hell you want to call it. Just whack this with a bit of sandpaper, smooth that out. I will actually put a bit of filler in there. It's a bit uglier than I was expecting. And the rest, yeah, fill it up, sand it back. All you panel beaters out there, if you're watching, hey, I'm sure you'll be loving this. I always start from there if you're coming up to a body line and roll it up. Just like that. Then you're following, you're sort of spreading the bog, filler, whatever, with the flow of the guard. Sort of press it in and bring it up to the top there. Like that. Just like that. Same on here. So they'll come from this line, come down. Otherwise you get to that line, the body, the chrome that I couldn't be bothered taking off. And you won't go any further. So start from under that, bring it down. Like that. Same with this door. It's not too bad up here, so I won't worry about filling up there. There's nothing up there. I just sort of ground it back to see what was there. There were a few rust stains there, but there's not actually any pitting or anything. And same with this. Just come down to that line, body line. All you panel beaters out there, you'll be cracking up. What the hell is this going on? That ain't how you do it. Well, may not be how you do it. But on this particular car, this is how I do it. Just like that. Don't worry about down there, there's nothing really there, there's a little bit there. The rest of it's fine, not really rusty. This bit here, all along there is alright. Primer will fill up, there's a couple of little pittings. Primer will fill that up. There's just a bit here where the filler fell out, or I didn't put enough on it. So just fill that and then just run a really smooth thin layer down there. So I don't want to be here for the next couple of days sanding it all off again. Alright, just like that. Just enough to get rid of any of those little pits. Like around the edge of that first one of filler that I put on, it was a bit ugly, so this one, start from that chrome that I couldn't be bothered taking off, bring it up to that line. Like that. this one, start from this line and come down. You can sort of like pull it into the next slot. Just try and pull it up that way. Alright, just like that. Rough enough is good enough for this thing. Alright, it's a bit ugly how I spread it on, but that's what sandpaper's for. I always put tape on here. So when you fill it, you fill to the edge. That's pretty shit here actually. Alright, fill to the edge onto the next panel, sort of so you get it a bit even. If your door gaps aren't perfect, you just peel that off. Gives you a bit of an edge there. You get a clean spreader. Just sort of run it down there, like that. Alright, it gives you, when you pull it out of there, see it rolls on the edge, rolls back onto the edge. Right, so it gives you something to sand back on before you start hitting this panel. Yeah, like I said, if you they have the panel beating in it, you'll be looking at this thinking, just wow, what is he on? But tell you what, some cars are just not worth the money, the time and the effort. And this one's one of them. I keep telling you, it's never going to be a nice car, ever. And one of the good things about, I wasn't going to do any videos on this, like doing the bodywork, because it is so rough. I don't really want to put it out there how rough it's getting done. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it's gonna look way better than it did, as you can see from the other side that I showed you. As you can see from the other side that I showed you, you know, it looks good enough. It's not perfect, but I really don't care. It looks a lot better. Alright, bit of a close-up look. See, come from that edge, roll down. It's all filled. It looks ugly like that, but it's only filler. You see in the back. Alright, just a real thin skim across the top of that. This one's got quite a bit in it, but like I said, there was dents here, there, so I had to try and bend this guard back. It pushed in there and there. It had been hit in here, so I had to pull that guard out at both ends, which sort of had warped up here a little bit. So yeah, I straightened it out as best I could, and yeah, just fill it. So that's why I filled this whole panel, because there's, you know, a couple of dents there, and there's a bit of a crease there from where the guard had closed in on itself, like that. So there's a little crease here, and then the rest here. So it's easy to just do that full bottom of that guard. And when you sand it, it's all going to be, you know, a uniform height sort of thing. So yeah, we'll let that dry off, and I'll give it a sand up, and then we'll chuck some primer on there. And because you're watching on a TV or computer or whatever, it's going to look mint. Probably won't do in real life, but it'll look good enough. Like I said, the bottom of it, all this stuff down here is no real biggie. You're not going to see it. You're not looking, you know, at it really. You're looking sort of, you're just seeing a little bit of it. Why am I showing you my face up close? But yeah, you don't actually see because of the way the body line comes out, so you're not going to see much of that once it's on the ground. But yeah, this, and not so much that, but you will see it if you look down the side of the car. But yeah, mainly this and these areas here are the ones you want to get, you know, anything on the top, sort of from the body line up, is where you want to get pretty straight, because that's where everyone looks when you walk up to a car, you know. And then you walk up, I'll show you on the Oldsonville, yeah, when you walk up to a car, look, you're looking straight down, your bonnet, tops of your guards, everything else is down below, and it's not until you actually get down and look like that when you start picking things up. But you know, just walk past the car, you're always looking at this sort of area, like that. So that's where you want to get straight. It's your main sort of focus. The rest of it's just, yeah, you're just doing a quick slap up. Who cares, you know? Unless people are squatting down next to your car or whatever, they're not really going to see it. So we'll let that dry up, then we'll hit it with some sandpaper, primer, and job done. Alright, see you shortly. Back again. Right, so we're just going to hit this, it's all dry now. Just going to hit this with a bit of 40 grit. I don't really like using 40 unless I have to, which I kind of don't have to at the moment, but I want to because I don't want to spend too much time on it. So I'm just going to rip the top off. Just did this piece here. Just hit it with a bit of 40, just get it down. It's still a little bit proud. It's just started to come, you know, even with the guard. Alright, which is where I want to stop with 40, because still a bit of masking tape up there. Which is where I want to stop with the 40, keep going, then you start scratching the steel like I have here, which is no big issue. Primer will actually get rid of that. Once it's sanded with a, you know, a little bit smoother stuff, it's not so coarse. And same here, so I've just taken it down just about flush. It's still a little bit proud around the edges. So we'll just hit that with some smoother stuff. That I won't use 40 on at all, this bit over here, because that's a really thin skim. Alright, it was just to get rid of a few little pits. So I'll just go straight on to some smoother stuff with that. Probably hit it with, I don't know, if I've got any 80 over there, or might just go straight into some 120. It's just, you know, that was just a real thin layer. This I'll hit with the 40 and up here, and then go from there. Alright, so with this, because it's a curved area, right, you sort of come off that body line and it curves in and then comes back out and rolls around onto that panel, which isn't a flat panel either. It's sort of got a little bit of a concave to it. Alright, and with down here, where I was sanding, I was coming from the top, I'd sort of go like that. Just try and hold it, there it was. Alright, sort of come down, sweep it down, because that guard comes down and starts rolling up like that. You don't want to just sand like that, because it has actually got a bit of a roll there. So if you just sand like this, all you do is sand to flatten it, alright? And if you come in from this way, same thing, you're going to sand a bit of a flat in it. So you sort of want to go with the curve of the body, like down like that, so it rolls back out like that. Alright, same with here. Sort of come from the top and roll it down to the edge of this body line. Alright, like that, on a bit of an angle. And then I usually come back in the same angle, but go in a different direction, so you go that way. Alright, so you end up with like sanding that way, and then you end up with crosses in it. So you're sanding it back that way. Alright. Same with that, with some smoother stuff, just sand it so you roll out. Otherwise you end up with, that's when you start seeing where all your bog is, and that you start sanding flat bits in there and things like that. Listen to me talking like I know what I'm on about. I don't really, but I know enough to get by to make it look how it should. I can do a lot better than this if I put my mind to it, but on this I'm not even, you know, it doesn't worry me at all. So, but yeah, just always sand where the body goes. If it rolls that way, sort of sand like that. Alright, or up. So you're coming off the edge. Alright, like that. And when you're sanding, you're not just sanding like that. Sort of push down and go with the curve. Alright. Like that. So we'll flick it back up. Come in. Try and do that the other way. Alright, that's probably about as far as I'll take that with the 40. Just like that. And same with this, sort of let your hand sort of follow the curve of the body. Alright, don't just in one place, sort of keep it moving. Like that. And come back this way. Alright. Same thing, same down the bottom. Alright, it's got the curve, got the bottle on there. Just sort of come from there and push it into the curve. And then it'll roll back out because it rolls back around that way. So sort of like that. And then go back that way, go with that side. Alright, this sort of keeps it rolling around with the body so you don't end up with wobble, wobble, wobble. So I'll get into that, knock that back with the 40 and we'll have a look, see how it looks. See you shortly. Back again. So yeah, done, sanded. I just finished it off with some 240. What did I do? 40, 40, 60, 80, 120. And then I just done it straight in. And like I was saying, then just jumped straight into some 240. Still some sanding marks here, there and everywhere, but that's what this stuff's for. Some high fill primer. I usually just get it back, you know, because you start going too back, you're going to end up having to fill it again, which I should really do anyway, because up here, a tiny bit higher just there, a little bit there, a little bit on the edge there. And there were a couple of bits in here, a little bit just down here. But, you know, like I said, down here I'm not worried about, down here I'm not worried about, I'm worried about that and this bit here, which I just said's got a high spot on it. But it's not too bad, alright? You can feel it, you're gonna probably see it, but I'll just put some decent amount of primer on there, alright, and block it back. And I'll do it again and see how it is. I might re-look at that afterwards. The rest of it's gonna look pretty average. So anyway, chuck some primer on there, get into it. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Like a dog. Roof, roof. Anyway, so there you go. Like I said, you can see that high spot there. And if you can see it on camera, you can see it's actually pretty bad. A little bit up here. Alright, the rest of it is average, you know. But apart from those two high spots there, a few sanding scratches there, a little bit of a fucking screw up there. And the rest of it's not too bad, alright. It's quite a thick coat of primer. I didn't thin it down much, so it went on quite dry, which is good. You can sort of layer it on there. But yeah, I'll let that harden up. Harden up, boy. Let that harden up, and I might block that back a little bit and sort out these high spots. Might fill that again actually. So I'll get that done, let this dry off. I'll block it back, because yeah, I'm not happy with that at all. Like I said, that's where you're going to be looking straight down on that. I was just doing all these hand movements over there, pointing and stuff, and you're not even looking over here, you know, somewhere. Oh, I don't even know, I don't know. So yeah, I'll do that, because yeah, it's going to piss me off. So I'll sort that out, refill it, then we'll come back and we'll put some more primer on it after it's blocked back. Right, back again. Just gave it a bit of a block down, another couple of coats of primer, quite a thick one. That did come out a little bit. I haven't refilled it. You can still slightly see a high spot there, and a little bit there. So yeah, I might come back and do that another day. Still got to do the back door next time I'm out here, but the rest of it's pretty good. Just giving a bit of a dust coat, a bit of a guide coat of black. Always helps when you're trying to get things straight. Prime it and then just dust some black on there. It just helps when you sand it back, and if you can still see black, like if you sand here and it's all grey around here, all nice and clean grey, and there's like a black line or a black patch in there, then you know that that's a low spot. If you sand back through the middle, then you know you've got a high spot. So yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, down here it's a bit ugly on that edge. I could tidy that up a little bit more when I do the final sand. It still needs to be, you know, just another good sand again. But I'll leave that until I do that back door. And while I'm doing that back door, I'll come back through and scuffle this back with some, we'll just 320 it. Just to take this guide coat off again and just see what it looks like. If it's all good, and when I prime the back door, I'll re-prime all this. It should be alright. Not perfect. There's a little bit of a low spot there. Like I said, you're not going to see that. The rest of it is pretty good. Even that up there, it's just the fact that it's right on top of that guard. It really needs to be sorted out, because it's going to bug me. Through here's nice, and here's nice. So yeah, anyway, that's it. Had to do a really rough shit job on your car. But yeah, it's, you know, hey, it's presentable. Is it done right? Nope. Is it perfect? No way. Is it good enough? Yep. For this car, it's good enough. It's actually way too good. That sounds weird, but yeah, you know, shit like this, these high spots here and a couple of little low spots, really, I shouldn't worry about it. I'm only going to worry about it because it's right on the top of this guard, and I know that every time I walk in the garage, I'm going to walk down here and that'll be the first thing I see. I'll walk in, right there, you know. So I'll do that. But if you just want to tidy up, really rust holes and anything like that, it's kind of a cheap, easy, quick way to do it. I haven't spent a hell of a lot of time on it. And it's the same as I did the other side. It was all the same, just, yeah, fill it, sand it, get it pretty good, give it a couple of good thick coats of primer, and hope for the best. And it turned out not too bad. Would I paint it black? Yep. I wouldn't paint it gloss black because it would look like shit. But if I do get around to painting it, it's going to be satin black. So yeah, I'm not, yeah. Bodywork's not perfect, but I'm not afraid to paint it black. There will be a couple of bits that you'll see, but most of it, it's good enough. And from a distance, which is the main thing, it's pretty good. Unless people get right down and start, you know, squinting their eyes and, you know, then they'll see some more ugly shit. But it's good enough. Quick glance, it's straight. So yeah, but that's all I've done. The rest of the shit that I've done, it's just the same. Just quick. The side still needs to be finished. That's had all its sanding and that. It's pretty straight. There's no low spots or high spots left, so pretty happy. There's a run in that final coat of primer, but you know, this is just spot putty. Just been around. There are a couple of little pinholes, so just did them. Same with all around here. It's all done. Yeah, it's good enough to paint. Not actually, I've just seen a bit of whoopsie in there, but a bit of spot putty will fix that. But yeah, it's eager shit. It is what it is. So yeah, you panel beaters out there hating this, sitting back in your armchairs thinking, what an idiot, what's this going on? Yep, you're entitled to your opinion, but you know, not everyone can go out and pay a panel beater. Not everyone's got the skills. This is just a quick, easy way to do it. You know, if I'd have gone and brought, I had all this stuff here, if I'd have gone and brought all this stuff, it's not that expensive. You know, a bit of filler, bit of sandpaper, a bit of primer. It's pretty much all you need. Yeah, masking tape, if you want to get real carried away. I only masked up the real important stuff. I could have taken the chrome strips off and not, you know, not had to mask them up. But even though I probably will when I paint it, if I paint it. But yeah, it just goes to show you don't need a lot of money or a lot of know-how. It's quite basic. It's just a bit of time. But anyway, I think I'll call it quits on this video. I've still got to do the back door, a couple of scabby bits around the back wheel arch there, a little bit in the back quarter panel, but it's nothing major. Might do a video on doing that door, because I think I'm going to have to, yeah, I will actually, I'll put some patches in there. But yeah, it's pretty much it. Quick, easy, and it does the trick. Good enough for this car anyway. So, anyway, enjoy your day. Hope you're still watching. If you are, hit like, subscribe, drop a comment. You know, nice or nasty, whatever, I don't care. You know, you want to tell me all the things I did wrong, go for it. Probably won't pay any attention because I know what I did wrong. But this is just a quick tidy up. So, anyway, until next time, look after yourselves. Have a good one, eh? So.